Is the world flat?
Is the world flat?
Yes.
I don't know.
What do you think?
I never thought about it, Whoopi. Is the world flat? I never thought about it.
You never thought about whether the world was
No, because
round?
but I'll tell you what I've thought about, how I'm going to feed my child,
Well, you can
how I'm going to
do
take
both.
care of my family. Is the world flat has never entered into, that has not been an
What will you
important
teach?
thing to me.
You'll teach your son, Jeffrey,
If my
right?
son Jeffrey asks me, is the world flat, I guess I will go.
Didn't Columbus already work this question out?
I'm praying for tidal wave. I wanna see the ground give way. I wanna watch it all go down. Mom, please flush it all away. I wanna see it go right and down. I wanna watch it go right in. Watch you flush it all away.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello. What today's today? Oh, it's Tuesday. That's right. That's right. It's our second night in. Let me turn on Skype. That was a little bit of Sherry Shepherd from The View entertaining us with her moronness, if that's even a word. She doesn't know if the world's flat or round. And you know what? That's the ultimate cop out, is saying, I take care of my kids, or I'm going to feed my kids, or whatever the hell she said. It's just a cliche cop out. Like, oh, okay, well, you're dumb as a box of rocks. You don't know that the Earth is round, but you know what? You get credit because you fed your kids. You know what? You're supposed to feed your kids. That's not a cop out. That's just saying you're a moron. Let me see if I can get Leon. And it's calling. Man, it's hot as hell in here.
Yo.
Hello.
What's up?
Did you hear the beginning of the show?
Nah, I didn't. What'd I miss?
Before the intro music, I was playing the clip of Sherry Shepherd on The View when she didn't know that the Earth was round. Did you hear that a couple years ago?
No.
You want to hear it?
Sure.
All right, let me back it up a little bit. Yeah, I have a little thing on my website kind of goofing on her about it. Whoopi Goldberg asked her if the Earth is flat, or she believes it's flat, or something like that. All right, I think it was right here. Okay, here you go.
Is the world flat?
Is the world flat?
Yes.
I don't know.
What do you think?
I never thought about it, Whoopi. Is the world flat? I never thought about it.
You never thought about whether the world was round?
But I'll tell you what I've thought about, how I'm going to feed my child,
Well, you can
how I'm going to
do
take care of
both.
my family. Is the world flat has never entered into, that has not been an
What will you
important
teach?
thing to me.
You'll teach your son, Jeffrey,
If my
right?
son Jeffrey asks me, is the world flat, I guess I will go.
Didn't Columbus already work this question out?
See?
Wow. First of all, it's a group of broads at a table who are past menopause asking stupid-ass questions for the sake of humor of the crowd that's listening to them. So.
Well, also, these are a bunch of people that are like failed actresses and all that stuff. So this is like their last shot of fame.
Yeah. Well, their 15 minutes ended like years ago.
Yeah, but to not know the Earth was round, and then she goes to the cop out of, I feed my kids.
That's what all broads do. They always cop out when they know they're in the wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, just to always go to that, safe haven of, well, I'm a good mom. I don't know if the Earth is round or if the sky's blue, but I'm a good mom.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, where the fuck if you're such a fucking good mom, where the fuck is your kid at right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
See?
You got that right.
So, did you want to finish running the rest of the interview with Dennis Rodman and
Yeah. Let me finish that up. And then I also texted Christine before the show I said, if you want to be a part of the show, you're more than welcome. So who knows? I don't know if she's going to flake out or or what.
Well,
But
she's online. I've seen her online, so I guess it's just a matter of chiming in.
yeah, well, I think she said last week that I think she said she was always on Skype. She's like never off Skype. So
Yeah. You
but
gotta forgive me. I'm a little bit under the weather.
I forgive you, Lee.
Yeah, because I sometimes hate the nicer weather. I feel like shit. My body hurts.
Lee.
What?
I forgive you. All right, homo. All right, let's finish up the Dennis Rodman thing. I got some other stuff to play too. All right.
Word.
All right, here we go. Let me get back to the spot where we left off.
He's the type of person that lifted me up from basically nothing and guided me in a direction where, here you go, son. This is yours. Whatever.
Oh, son of a bitch! This isn't even it.
I was like, I remember that party interview. I must have missed that part.
I'd like to ask him a few questions though, like. You know, okay, you went over there, you're a superstar. This guy, this dictator requested you over there. I mean, obviously you got the full treatment. Did he, like, offer you women? What did you eat over there? You know, I want to know, like, that type of stuff.
Yeah. Well, see, you know why he was over there initially, right? Like, why he was there in the first place, right?
Isn't it because the Chinaman's a fan of basketball?
No, they were actually... There was a documentary they were filming in part of North Korea. They had like other basketball players there too.
Oh.
So that was the initial reason why he was there.
What's the documentary about? Basketball?
Yeah, but I guess the correlation, like you said, the whole correlation of like how the world connects with sports and basketball is one of the favorable things, at least not just there, but I guess in that part of Asia.
Yeah.
Because like even if you go to like Japan, like you know they're probably more hooked on the NBA than we are.
Japan, they're more than the NBA.
Oh hell yeah, they have a big like crazy following of like people who are just very, not going to say crazy fans, but they equally are obsessed with sports teams just like we are here in the States.
Oh.
So like you can go over there and get like if you're into that, like you know, like if you want to get like authenticated stuff, like there's people that will get shit that you can't even get here in the States anymore because people over there got it. Sneakers.
I thought Asia's biggest sport would be dog fighting because they like to eat dogs.
Oh man, no, that's Michael Vick's sport.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, Vic. You never lived that down.
Are you a fan of his?
Vick's?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't really follow football, and plus on top of all that, I mean.
Are you an animal lover?
Yeah, I love animals. I can't have pets anymore, unfortunately, but.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just like in general, like you like animals.
Oh yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm more of a dog person than I am anything else. But cats, they play their role too. They're self-efficient. They do what the fuck they want.
Oh, I love cats.
They leave you alone. So,
well,
I'm cool with them.
I think Vic's a scumbag. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Someone who hypothetically is a murderer, who's your friend, is still a murderer.
Hypothetically.
Well, you know.
Well, yeah, that's what he is. He's a murderer.
I only killed 120 people.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, not that bad.
Oh, all right. Well, then, you know, he's almost like an Asian Mother Teresa then.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, all right, cool.
I want to do this seriously. You know, I guess what? Guess what? What I did was history. Was history, and guess what? It's just like we do over here in America, right?
I swear to God, every time I hear this guy talk, I think he's getting ready to go, like sucking his saliva, because it sounds like he's drooling.
It sounds like he's about to hit a serious hit of meth.
Yeah, he's like, well, you know, over North Korea, like he's got to swallow.
Like that fucking baby from like the Family Guy that when always like trolls me.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, he's a trip.
It's amazing that we have presidents over here do the same thing, right? It's amazing.
President.
Do one thing, have sex with his secretary, and do one thing, and really get away with it, and still be powerful. And that's amazing.
Sex with a secretary and killing 120 people, I think, are two different things.
Yeah, true.
You die now. You die now. Go in the oven. You die now.
There was a part, you'll hear later, where George throws us in there, like kind of statistic out there.
Yeah.
And he rebuttals with, we do the same thing here. He's like, and George is like, in what way? And he like pauses. He's like, like has a moment of clarity.
I eat for breakfast. Breakfast most important meal of the day. I eat for breakfast.
Methane, like meth, cornerstone of any nutritious meal.
That to prison camps.
Now, prison camp do one thing. We don't need to do one thing. Object that. We don't need to do it. Object that. Guess what? We do one thing. Like a friend to friend, right? It's a friend to friend. He's a friend to me. That's about it.
So you're going to go back?
Yes, I am. I'm going to go back and do one thing and find out more what's really going on. Find out.
Oh, you're sexy, Chocolate. I like dog meat. You come back soon.
More.
Okay, next time you go back, you should bring this report from the Human Rights
There
Watch.
it is. Yeah, that report.
Ask me questions
Oh.
about that as well. You might learn a lot more, and it might press him as well. But thank you for coming on this morning and sharing your impressions.
Either way, guess what, though?
Guess what, though?
Guess what? Thank you for the report. Okay. Guess what? Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Guess what? Don't hate me. Guess what? Don't hate me.
I want to get more on this now from Shane Smith, the
I think Robin's 3 sheets to the wind, even when he's sober.
co-founder of Vice Media. We travel with Dennis Rodman to North Korea. So Shane, I mean, I know you had some hope for basketball diplomacy.
Is this still going on with Rodman, or is it like?
Well, Shane was with him.
Who's Shane?
So-
Is that another basketball player?
Nah, he was like a publicist or something of some nature. They'll say their title in the header. You'll see it.
Oh, okay.
So you've been to North Korea before. Are you concerned at all that this trip may end up propping up Kim Jong-un and giving him a propaganda coup?
I don't think so. I mean, it's definitely not going to do that for the rest of the world. People know what's going on, and they know our position. Just to be clear, I didn't go with...
Is this guy going to like defend Rodman, or what's like
Well,
his position?
He basically he's trying to indicate he wasn't really there at the same time Rodman was.
Uh-huh.
But I forgot what his business. I wouldn't say he's an analyst, but he knows the backstory. You know, like the media, they'll bring somebody in that has somewhat kind of relevance to the subject at hand, but they really don't know shit about what's going on.
Yeah.
That's what this guy's role kind of is.
So he's just kind of like snowballing to defend Rodman.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
But you'll hear it. Like he doesn't really. He basically he'll say it like he's like I wasn't really there, but so you'll hear it.
All right, I'll just play it out then.
Dennis on this trip. I've been twice before. I'm not allowed to go anymore. I've made 3 documentaries on North Korea, and that's why I'm not allowed to go. What happens within North Korea? They can say whatever they want on their state television. Anyway, they're going to say whatever they want, and they've done so in the past. I don't think it's a propaganda coup internationally.
What's a propaganda coup?
A propaganda coup is basically nothing more than just what it sounds like. It's just for a publicity stunt. So kind of like propaganda basically is to showcase the idea that all's well ends well type of thing.
Right, but what's the difference between propaganda and propaganda coup?
It's a front, but it's overhyped. Basically, it's overhyped propaganda.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like a fluke, if you will. You can it's basically a fluke.
Okay.
You can look it up because my terminology is way off, but I'm almost certain that basically what it means. Propaganda and propaganda coup is almost like it's like overhyped, but then also it can backfire on you too, just on the premise of how much you hyped it up.
I gotcha.
So
I've been through that many times. Like I'll say to my girlfriend, "Oh, we got to order out from this place. The pizza's fantastic." And I only had it like one time, and it was really good. But then when we get it, it tastes like dog shit.
Yep.
So that's propaganda coup.
In a sense, yeah. Matter of fact, while you do that, I'm gonna go quickly look that up while you go look.
All right. All right, I'll play this one out.
Cool.
I think it's a crazy story, but within North Korea, is it a propaganda coup? The New York Philharmonic went there. Was that a propaganda coup? I don't think so.
Any hope for a new relationship, you believe?
That's the one thing I will say is that, look, there was a love of basketball, sort of reminiscent of ping pong diplomacy. There have been, very few instances of dialogue, and dialogue, I believe, is always good. And obviously, if Kim Jong-un is interested in America, if he's interested in basketball, if he made sort of, allusions to the fact that, he wished that...
That'd be great if, like, the next Bulls game, Kim Jong-un was there, and he's the one that did the $1 million shot. Puts it in the basket and gets the $1 million. I score!
Now suck my dick.
Suck my penis now!
there was closer relations between the two countries. I think that's a good thing. Even if it's political grandstanding, at least that could be the beginning of a dialogue that hasn't worked well in the past between America and North Korea.
Shane Smith, Dennis Rodman, thank you both very much.
So basically, yeah. So coup, the way they spell coup is two different ways, but I'm assuming they spell like KU.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's usually like the Asian thing, KU.
Right. So, and basically, I'm looking at it, the definition right here on my phone, and Union for Artificial Radioactive Element of Atomic Number 104, noun called, I don't even know how to pronounce that word tonight. Oh my God, retroform, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I don't know what the association of that word and propaganda go hand in hand. But from what I understand, it's basically all hell could break loose if this gets blown out of proportion more than what it's worth. But as you probably already know, news comes and goes, and him being there and meeting that guy and whatever.
Yeah, I'll just go with your definition. That's hyped propaganda because I don't know what the hell you just read.
Yeah. I looked it up on some definition. I don't know, whatever. I mean, I'm sure that I'm probably going about this the wrong way. It's probably like a listener saying, "Yup, as a dumb black guy."
I don't know. It's all Japanese to me.
Yeah, well, it's I don't know.
But all right, well, so we got through that. Now I can delete that. Okay. What else do we got?
Girls sit in the front seat of high-speed cars watching their boobs get flung around while the cars drift.
What's this? Girls what?
I was bored at work towards the end of the day, and I was like, let's watch some videos, because every so often I like to watch videos about people modding their cars and shit.
Right.
And so what happens is, like, I don't know, like, YouTube now apparently likes to think for you.
Yeah.
So if you look at one video, just one video, it could be a random video, it will give you a massive feed of videos relevant to that one video you watched.
Yeah, it'll give you suggestions.
More like a pile on suggestions that you don't want everybody else to see. Anyways, I'm scanning through the video list, and there's a bunch of chicks, and it's like in a harness. And I'm thinking, like, okay. And I'm reading the description of some of the videos, and it's like a hot blonde with double D's and a twin turbo Supra on a track drifting. I'm like, oh, she's gonna drive.
Mm-hmm.
Not realizing that she's a passenger the whole time, and their boobs just being flung around.
Oh.
And everybody's like commenting, like, God, let it tip pop out, let it tip pop out.
Hooters.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good joke for you.
Lay it on me.
If Hooters was a door service, door service, would they be changing the name from Hooters to Knockers?
That's funny. Did you make that up?
I thought about it for a while. I was like, that's astounding. Now you said Hooters, yeah. Wouldn't that be kind of cool?
That is a good one. All right. Well, we got a new pope now. He's Latino. And did you hear his first mass on Sunday? Dude. On what was it? St. Patrick's Day?
Dude, I was too busy sleeping that day.
I got audio from it. It's his very first mass, and it was on Sunday. You want to hear it?
Was it in English?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You can run it. I have a short attention span of people who don't speak English sometimes, even though I have trouble speaking English.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, yeah. All right. So this. I can't remember his friggin' name, but this is our Latino.
Francis.
What is it, Francis?
Well, I think that's his pope's, like, his inducted pope name. I don't know his actual real name, but he goes by, like, Saint Francis or something like that.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna call him Pope Hector. Because
it's racist, Holmes.
Hey, no, man. See, I wish he was Chinese, because it's more fun to do a Chinese accent than it is to do Mexican.
That would never, ever happen. That's like electing a... Nah, I'm keep that comment to myself.
No, spit it out.
That's like electing another black guy for president. It's never going to happen again. It's never going to happen again.
You want communion or not? You leave now.
Cracker. I can make joke all day.
I can make joke all day and I'll get in the basement. All right. Well, let me play this. This is our Pope's very first mass on St. Patrick's Day.
On a day everybody gets fucking hammered anyway.
If you worked at it, you could do a dead-on impression of Obama and Rodman. Because you just sound like Rodman just now.
I had somebody actually compare my voice when I'm just waking up to Brian from Family Guy.
Bryant, really?
Yeah.
We
I
could,
was like, that's hard to do.
well, if you worked on Ramen and Obama, we can do some crazy crank calls.
Oh, no, I'm horrible at doing Robin out the question.
All right.
Obama maybe, but I don't know. I'm good at doing my own voice. Nobody recognizes my voice.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's the Pope's.
Just my penis.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's the Pope's very first mass on Easter Sunday. Let me play this so we can get this over with, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Okay. All right. So here he is, Pope Francis, St. Patrick's Day, very first mass.
Okay.
Hoy, viernes 15, vamos a ver
Oh, you're fucked up.
a la gente.
That's him.
Encontramos en Filipenses, capítulo 1,
He likes to jam while he's doing mass.
leamos.
Yeah.
En el Evangelio, desde el primer día hasta ahora.
That's him. Did you hear him start in the beginning? He said, "Hola, listen."
Hola, hoy, viernes 15, vamos a ver el líder que salva a la gente.
It was kind of like it was kind of like the Latino version of like a black gospel mass, you know, like where they're all jumping around and singing and having fun.
And passing it out and shit.
Yeah, that's what I think this mass was. Everybody was getting up, doing whatever Spanish dance people do.
A lot. Merengue, Waramba.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. The merengue and the whatever else.
You say it so touristy when you say it. Merengue.
Merengue.
You gotta roll your R's, dude.
The merengue.
No, not Marine's gay. No.
Marine's gay.
No. Merengue.
What else?
Rumba, salsa.
Yadiba yadiba.
You gotta, you know. He's a kid. Marines are gay.
The Marines are gay. That's just a joke. If there's any military listening right now, I have the highest respect for military. Honest to God, that was just a joke because let me tell you.
They will find you. They will find you, hunt you down.
Well, no. I mean, all these guys going over there defending my freedom. My hat's off to you. My heart goes to your families. All right, so I got that out of the way. So with that being said,
I know you're probably waiting for me to say something too, right? Well, I don't have to say anything because most of my friends are Marines, so they know what's up. They know I'll bust their balls whether they're here or not. So
yeah,
it's all good. But anyways,
have they ever raped anybody?
Who? One of my guys?
Your Marine friends?
No.
Because I hear
one
this.
One of them kind of lost his shit, halfway in there, but he's all right now, I think.
What does that mean? Like he went like a little crazy?
Oh yeah. Before he got in, he was a little crazy.
Like what are you doing?
Because in my school, in my last 2 years of high school and first 2 years of college, they have they're kind of like a training course where you can the ROTC whatever.
Yeah.
And obviously, my school was one of the only schools in the area, pretty much like for the whole, pretty much most of the state really, who actually had a full-fledged introduction to the people who wanted to join the Marines. So they take you down to the actual, initial basic training areas.
Yeah.
Like I swear to God, like the first fucking week we were down there, like down in North Carolina, that was a nightmare and a half. Out of 30 guys and the 10 girls that went with us, like he was the only one that was like dead on, like accurate with everything. Like he'll be up before everybody else. He'll be ready to do PT before everybody else. He made all of us look bad.
Were you in the Marines?
No, I was trying to become a Marine, but unfortunately, the only thing I didn't pass was the thing that meant the most to me.
Your skin color?
Oh no, please.
All right.
That's not.
All right, good.
No, it was the ASVAB test.
The who?
ASVAB battery test.
ASVAB battery test.
Right. It's basically, think of it like the SATs, if you will, for the military. It's every branch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every branch has to go through this testing, and what this testing does is, like anything, there's a score ratio. Based on your score, it determines what career you'll fall under. Now, obviously, if you don't like the career you fell under, you can always advance and do something else different.
Yeah.
And work your way up the ranks. But initially, I wanted to go in as a police officer. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do military police officer.
That's cool. Because you stay out of combat with that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. You're always on the front lines.
Oh, all right. I thought military police was like just busting those that want to go AWOL.
Oh hell no. You are like, you're up there. You're always on the front lines. Like I don't think according to my drill sergeant, you're not always going to be on the front lines with the main. Like, you won't be in full combat. You'll pretty much be kind of like, you'll share the role of safeguarding your area where you are. Like, if I have depending on where I was stationed at the time, it would be my job amongst whoever was with me at the time to pretty much make sure all the guys, everybody actively there was safe. There'll be certain roles and duties that would fall. Plus, we have traditional position there. So, like, if something does happen,
Yeah.
Whether depending on like whatever law is broken, we have that jurisdiction where we are at that point to basically implement a law. We can't like break that area's laws. So whatever their laws are, we have to abide by them. But we do have that traditional position there to make that decision or move if we need to. It's rationed by the rules of wherever you are at the time, but you still have that power to like, look, you have the ability to arrest somebody if you have to, pretty much.
I gotcha.
So, no, when I did the test, I fell under a really shitty fucking job, and I was like, nope, not doing it. It wasn't even remotely close to military police. It wasn't cook or anything either, thank God. It was some shitty ass job. It was more of a desk job. I forgot what the fuck it was, but it was basically like a guy secretary, and I didn't want to do it.
Oh. I wouldn't join the military. I'd be too scared.
It's not as bad as you think. Like a lot of people get it twisted, because what it is like, when I was growing up, our recruiters would come out there. The way they used to recruit people was funny as shit. Like, luckily enough, I was aware of all the bullshit.
Yeah.
But what they would do is, like, if they don't come to your school, like, if they're not already in your school, setting up shop, like, in your fucking gym, like, your gym class or whatever, the recruiters, some of them kind of knew what people to kind of, I guess, target and what people to leave the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Because they don't know, like, if your parents are military-based or not, so they don't know what your parents might have told you. In my case, they knew, like, I was in a group home or whatever, so they specifically target, like, foster kids and shit like that.
Right.
And they basically would say, oh, the military offers A, B, and C. Like, out of everybody, the Army is probably the one that hypes up the shit the most out of all of them. Like,
really?
The Army, oh my God, yeah. They're, like, when it comes to recruiting, they should just be actors. Like, they should just be they should get Oscars for their performance. Because, like, the first time we met up with them, the one dude who was like, he's like, I'm 7 years in, and he was like, after you do your initial whatever, he's like, it's great, how many girls you meet. Like, he basically assumed that everybody's supposed to fuck something. But what they don't tell you is, if you're not working, if you're not, like, once you're out of uniform, whatever it is that you're doing your free time, you don't really have time to go fuck something at the time. You don't have the time to do it.
Well, here's what I think that the basic the basic psychological teardown of each branch in the military is, when you go in there, you're your own person, you have your values and all that stuff. From what I understand from movies and everything, and I can't emphasize that enough, from movies, what they do is they verbally and emotionally abuse you to just constantly wipe your brain clean of any thought and value that you had, and then they build it up to what they want to be, or they build you up to what they want you to be, which is a killing machine.
Depending on your position. I mean, if you are artillery, and depending on what position you are in artillery, for instance, you're probably right. I mean, I don't know the rules of engagement with each branch. Like,
yeah,
the Navy and the Marines, oddly enough, work a lot together.
Right.
But like it's funny because every branch has their elite force too. Like, Army has the Rangers. I forgot what the Navy has. Not the Navy. The Air Force, but they have their elite branch. Marines has another elite branch past what they have.
Yeah.
And obviously Navy has their SEALs. So, like they have a higher level of degree of how badass you want to be. But obviously, like you said, yeah, you pretty much got to wipe every bit of morality and rationality you have.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
You have to. You have no choice.
Right. It's essentially brainwashing, but I get the reason why though, because you're going into a thunderstorm of bullets.
Yeah, and you can't worry. Like, they need people, like, even when you first get there, you tell people, like, if you're fortunate enough to have like a girlfriend or a wife, or you have a family, he was like, our sergeant was like, basically, it's cool, like, to keep that in the back of your mind, but do not let that fuck with you. He's like, in the Marines or in the military period, your emotions are not your fucking friend.
Right.
Like, you gotta just let that shit go while you're out there doing your thing. Like, obviously, your team, if you're cool with your team and your boys and everything up there and they respect you and yada, 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 as long as you got a tight squad with you, you're fine.
And we are